Still gotta wait for that thing to freaking scroll by. Hello everybody, this is Chris Master 4 here. Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix for Ace Attorney. The last episode, we almost got finished by the Mafia, and Dee Vasquez might be the culprit. And Gumshoe saved us, and we got information about 5 years ago from the day before, I guess. Actually, no, that was the beginning of the episode. We just got a whole bunch done in last time's episode, so, yeah. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to Excuse me. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today I call on the people present in the... Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2... I give up! I can't voice that! Ah! Frickin'... I love visual gags that none of you can see. Not unless I frickin'... I don't know. Threw my phone against the wall. Anyway. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Come on. I'm not dyslexic. I can read. From their testimony, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You mean on edge today? You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. Miss Dee Vasquez is a producer who was present at the Studio 2 trailer that day. Of course you're allowed to smoke in the courtroom because, you know, that's viable. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Dee Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Dee Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Or maybe you're into that sort of thing. I don't know, Phoenix. I entered the trailer. Oh, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. Ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Mr. Hammer's body later. We found Mr. Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. Though I thought it might be risky to walk. What with all that monkey head toppling over.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Hold it! By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area?
No.
Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards. And what exactly was it? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think that was between those times. You said you would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on! You said Sal take you? What does that mean? Didn't we just go over this? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break. And where were you going? And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. That's funny. I did Edgeworth's voice wrong because I think that would have been it would have been funner if I had done that. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat the T-bone steak. I've had some evidence to prove she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything yet?
I wish I had said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere.
Does Sal have a testimony? Oh, really? Huh. Ha! As I thought! What? I just saw the plate and I'm like, what? But wasn't that in the employee area? You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not.
Well, what's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee room. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare! Ms. Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave a bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took that steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Ms. Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was picking on Salmonella. She was picking on Mr. Manella.
Mr. Wright? Sometimes this court finds it hard to tell whether you're joking or being serious.
Oh?
I would prefer it if you remain serious.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai! And he just goes right into it.
Order! Are you saying...
Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands!
Mr. Wright, isn't it a little presumptuous?
Well, what kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the West. Very well. Let's have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't. I think you would have had a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha! You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon with this 5-year-old photo.
Wrong, Mr. Wright.
But I haven't said anything yet.
I know you well enough by now to know when you're about to pressing the wrong evidence.
I can sense it too, with my fey blood.
Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that it wasn't used as a murder weapon. You know why? 'Cause it broke. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Sorry, I'm like, not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what that weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the murder weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon.
Look at this photo from 5 years ago.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended.
Why would it be suspended? Didn't you say it's the last trial?
Mr. Wright, what is all this about?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked out to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again!
Mr. Wright, continue.
Or whatever he said. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Here's story time with Phoenix Wright. Miss Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the studio trailer, and she's all like, then she did it! She pushed Mr. Hammer off of the stairs and onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done it himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago! Precisely. Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of the argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio One, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio One and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed up the stairs to his death? Then carried to Studio One and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt the body?
She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. There was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
In the van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One. And you used the studio van to do it! Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal studio. Yeah, there was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, alright, but I had Sal drive me. And you used the van to carry the body to Studio One? Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body in the magistrate costume! Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella had to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There was no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. Humph. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. But wait, so you mean Dee Vasquez, so it was you! You killed Jack Hammer! Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did it? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle? You proved the possibility that I murdered the hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Or... Oh, demon judge, right.
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course it is as the witness says. Certainly it seems very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Dang, Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify. I'd like you to testify again.
Testify again?
No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said it all there is to say. What happened if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of Mrs. Dee Vasquez. Wait. Edgeworth? Edgeworth?
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
I see, very well.
No, wait, I have one now. Your Honor! I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I am your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Yes. Well, indeed, verily I say, ergo, I want you to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick! Why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets away with a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. I think we'll do this testimony later. I've been going on for quite a bit. So see you guys next time where we do that.